Welcome to Fairy Tales English Journey. Today we will explore a wonderful story from ancient times. Have you ever made something so beautiful that you wished it was real? This is the story of a talented artist who experienced exactly that. Get ready to improve your English while we travel back to the ancient world. Long ago, on the sunny island of Cyprus, lived a young man named Pygmalion. Cyprus was a beautiful place filled with green trees and white sandy beaches. Pygmalion was not a king or a soldier, he was a sculptor. A sculptor is an artist who carves shapes out of hard stone or soft clay. Pygmalion spent all his days inside his quiet workshop. He loved his art more than anything else in the world. While other young men went to parties and danced in the town square, Pygmalion stayed home. He used his hammer and chisel to create beautiful shapes from large blocks of cold white marble. The people of the town often wondered about the quiet artist. They thought he was lonely because he had no wife and no family. But Pygmalion did not feel lonely. He believed that human beings had too many flaws. He wanted everything around him to be completely perfect and pure and beautiful. One morning, Pygmalion decided to create his greatest masterpiece. He wanted to carve a statue of a woman. But this would not be just any woman. He wanted to make the most perfect woman the world had ever seen. He searched everywhere for the finest piece of ivory to begin his great work. Ivory is a smooth white material that is very hard to carve. Pygmalion finally found the perfect piece of ivory. It was completely pure and had no marks or stains. He brought the heavy piece into his workshop and placed it on his wooden table. He looked at the blank material with great excitement. Pygmalion picked up his sharp tools and began to work. He worked slowly and carefully. Every strike of his hammer was gentle and precise. He chipped away the rough edges of the ivory. Slowly the shape of a head and shoulders began to appear. He worked from early morning until the sun went down. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Pygmalion never stopped working on his magnificent statue. He forgot to eat his meals and he forgot to sleep. He only cared about making the statue perfect. He carved delicate fingers and smooth arms. He carved long, flowing hair that looked like soft ocean waves. The face of the statue was the most difficult part to carve. Pygmalion wanted her to look kind and gentle. He spent many days working on her eyes and her smile. When he finally finished the face, he stepped back and gasped. The statue was more beautiful than any living person on the earth. Pygmalion named his beautiful creation Galatea. The name Galatea means she who is white like milk. The ivory statue truly looked like pure white milk. Pygmalion stared at Galatea for hours. The statue looked so real that he almost expected her to blink her eyes or take a deep breath of fresh air. The artist started to behave in a very strange way. He began to talk to the silent statue. He told Galatea about his day and shared his deepest secrets with her. He pretended that she was listening to every word. The cold ivory never answered, but Pygmalion felt happy just standing next to her. Pygmalion brought gifts for his lovely statue. He went to the forest and picked bright-colored flowers. He brought her small shiny stones and beautiful seashells from the beach. He placed these gifts at her feet. He wanted to make her happy even though he knew she was only made of hard ivory. He even bought beautiful clothes for Galatea. He found the softest silk dresses in the market. He carefully placed the dresses on the statue. He bought shiny gold rings for her fingers and a sparkling necklace for her neck. Galatea looked like a real princess standing quietly in the middle of the room. At night, Pygmalion laid the statue on a soft bed. He covered her with warm blankets made of thick wool. He arranged soft pillows under her smooth ivory head. He whispered goodnight to her before he went to sleep. His heart was completely filled with love for his own perfect artistic creation. But deep inside his heart, Pygmalion felt a heavy sadness. He knew that Galatea could never love him back. She could never hold his hand or walk with him in the warm sunshine. She was trapped forever in her silent ivory form. The artist realized that his search for perfection had brought him pain. The island of Cyprus was famous for celebrating the goddess of love. Her name was Aphrodite. Every year, the people held a grand festival to honor her. The festival was filled with music and dancing and sweet-smelling smoke. Everyone wore bright clothes and carried offerings to the great temple of the goddess. Pygmalion decided to leave his house and attend the festival. He walked through the crowded streets of the town. He saw happy couples holding hands and laughing together. This made him feel even more lonely. He wished with all his heart that he could share this beautiful day with his lovely statue Galatea. Pygmalion finally reached the grand temple of Aphrodite. The temple was built with shiny white marble columns. Inside the temple, a large fire burned on a stone altar. People stood in a long line to place their gifts into the fire. Pygmalion waited patiently for his turn to speak to the powerful goddess. When Pygmalion stepped up to the altar, he felt very nervous. He bowed his head and closed his eyes. He prayed to Aphrodite with a shaking voice. He said, "Great goddess of love, please hear my prayer. I do not want gold or glory. I only want a wife who is like my statue." Pygmalion was too afraid to ask for what he truly wanted. He did not dare to ask the goddess to bring his statue to life. He thought that would be too foolish. So he only asked for a woman who looked like Galatea. But the wise goddess of love understood his true desire. Aphrodite was watching from the bright blue sky. She saw the pure love in the heart of the lonely sculptor. She knew that his love for Galatea was real and deep. The goddess decided to send him a sign. Suddenly, the bright flames on the stone altar leaped high into the air 3 times. Pygmalion saw the leaping flames and felt a sudden rush of hope. He thanked the goddess and hurried out of the grand temple. He ran through the busy streets as fast as his legs could carry him. He wanted to get back to his quiet workshop to see his beautiful ivory statue again. When Pygmalion opened the heavy wooden door of his home, everything was silent. The workshop was filled with warm golden sunlight. Galatea stood in the center of the room exactly where he had left her. She looked as beautiful and perfect as ever. Pygmalion walked slowly toward his beloved artistic creation. Pygmalion reached out and gently touched the hand of the statue. Something felt different. The ivory did not feel hard and cold anymore. It felt soft and warm. Pygmalion pulled his hand back in shock. He rubbed his eyes and looked closely at the statue. He thought he was imagining things in his mind. He reached out his hand a second time. He touched the arm of the beautiful statue. The material was definitely soft, like human skin. He pressed his fingers gently against her wrist, and he felt a steady pulse. A pulse is the beating of a heart. Pygmalion could not believe his own eyes and hands. Slowly, the pure white color of the ivory began to change. A soft pink color spread across her cheeks. Her lips turned a beautiful shade of red. Her hair changed from solid white to a shining golden color. The stiff ivory was melting away and turning into real living flesh right before his eyes. Galatea slowly opened her eyes. Her eyes were a bright, sparkling blue. She blinked several times as she looked at the bright sunlight coming through the window. Then she turned her head and looked directly at Pygmalion. A gentle and sweet smile appeared on her beautiful face. The statue had come to life. Pygmalion fell to his knees in pure joy. Tears of happiness rolled down his cheeks. He took her warm, soft hands in his own hands. He thanked the great goddess Aphrodite over and over again. His impossible dream had finally come true. The perfect woman he created was now a real, living, breathing person. Galatea looked down at the man kneeling before her. She felt a deep connection to him. She knew that his love and his careful hands had given her life. She spoke her very first words in a soft, musical voice. She told Pygmalion that she would love him for the rest of her life. Pygmalion and Galatea were married a few days later. The whole town came to celebrate their beautiful wedding. The people were amazed by the story of the statue that came to life. They danced and sang songs of joy. They all praised the great power of love and the magic of the goddess Aphrodite. The couple lived a very happy and peaceful life together. Pygmalion continued to create beautiful art in his workshop, but he never tried to create another perfect statue. He already had the most perfect creation right by his side. Galatea learned about the world and enjoyed every moment of her new human life. They soon had a beautiful child together. They named their daughter Paphos. The island of Cyprus still has a city named Paphos today. The family lived happily for many long years. They always remembered to honor the goddess of love. They brought flowers to her temple every single year to show their great, thankful hearts. The story of Pygmalion and Galatea is very old and very famous. It teaches us many important lessons about life and art and love. Let us take a moment to understand the deeper meaning of this wonderful tale. Learning the meaning behind stories helps us practice our English thinking skills in a fun way. First, let us talk about the idea of perfection. Pygmalion wanted everything to be flawless. Flawless means having no mistakes or bad parts. He avoided real people because real people make mistakes. Real people get angry and sad. Real people are never completely perfect. Pygmalion thought he could find true happiness only in total perfection. But the story shows us that perfection is cold and silent. The ivory statue was beautiful, but it could not speak or laugh or love. Pygmalion realized that a perfect object could never replace the warmth of a real living person. True happiness comes from sharing your life with others, even with their small flaws. Second, the story is about the power of creation. Artists put a piece of their own soul into their work. Pygmalion loved his statue because it was a reflection of his own mind. He fell in love with his own beautiful idea. This reminds us that human creativity is a very strong and magical force. We also learn about the power of belief and hope. Pygmalion loved his creation so much that he treated her like a real person. He never gave up his hope. In the end, his strong belief and his pure love were rewarded. Sometimes believing in something with all your heart can make miracles happen. Today, people still use the name Pygmalion to describe a specific situation. When a teacher or a leader believes very strongly in someone, that person often performs better. This is called the Pygmalion effect. Our belief in other people can help them grow and succeed. It is like bringing a beautiful statue to life. Let us review some useful English words from our story today. The word sculptor means an artist who carves stone or wood. The word ivory describes a hard white material from animal tusks. The word flawless means completely perfect. Try to use these new words when you practice speaking English with your friends this week. Another great word from the story is masterpiece. A masterpiece is the best piece of work an artist ever creates. Galatea was the greatest masterpiece that Pygmalion ever made. You can use this word to describe a great painting or a wonderful book. Reading English stories is a masterpiece of a way to learn. Think about your own life for a moment. Have you ever tried to make something completely perfect? Sometimes we spend too much time worrying about making no mistakes. We forget to enjoy the simple and beautiful things around us. Remember that making mistakes is a normal part of being human and learning new things. When you are learning English, you might want to speak perfectly. You might feel shy if you say the wrong word. But just like Pygmalion learned, real life is better than cold perfection. It is better to speak and make small mistakes than to stay silent forever. Your voice is beautiful when you try. The story of the sculptor and his living statue has inspired many other books and movies. You might know the famous story of Pinocchio. Pinocchio is a wooden puppet who wishes to become a real boy. That story shares the same magical idea of an artistic creation coming to life through the power of love. There is also a famous play called My Fair Lady. It is based on the Pygmalion story. In the play, a teacher helps a poor girl learn how to speak perfect English. He transforms her just like the sculptor transformed the ivory. These stories show how ancient ideas still live in our modern world. Ancient stories like this one were told around warm fires thousands of years ago. Parents told them to their children to teach them about the world. Now you are learning English through these exact same stories. You are connecting with the ancient past while you build a bright new future with your language skills. As we reach the end of our journey today, take a deep breath. You have practiced your listening and reading skills. You have learned new vocabulary words. You have explored a classic myth about love and art. You should feel very proud of the great progress you are making on your English learning journey. We hope you enjoyed the magical tale of Pygmalion and Galatea. Remember to look for the beauty in real people and real moments. Do not worry about being completely perfect all the time. Just keep practicing and trying your best every single day. Your English skills will continue to grow stronger and more natural. If you liked this story, please share it with your friends who are also learning English. Discussing the story together is a fantastic way to practice speaking. Ask your friends what they would create if they were a magical sculptor. Sharing ideas helps everyone learn faster and makes the learning process much more fun. Thank you for joining us today on Fairy Tales English Journey. We love sharing these wonderful stories with you. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new adventure. We have many more exciting fairy tales and myths waiting for you. Keep learning and keep dreaming big, beautiful dreams. Until next time, stay curious and keep practicing your English. Remember that every word you learn brings you one step closer to your goals. Have a wonderful day filled with learning and joy. Goodbye for now from Fairy Tales English Journey. We will see you very soon with another amazing story to tell.